And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Intel Extreme Masters here in Cologne. It is $50,000 up for grabs. We're in the semi-final stage. It's fnatic versus CG Entus. Game all tied up, 1-1, and well. What a great start for CG Entus. Some fantastic teamwork we saw in that one. That absolutely epic move, stunning the top, stunning the mid, and the big fight down the bottom. But fnatic are fighting once again, and they came back into this one. The hooks were strong. Hook City, some might say, for N-rated. Playing an absolute awesome support. So as on Kha'Zix, getting a good score. But you know, you never felt he was really bossing the game, did you, as Kha'Zix? He was just sneaking in there, getting those assassins, getting the kill steals.
Yeah.
Or kill secure.
It was pretty much N-rated, just hooking everyone, and then Kha'Zix just jumping and doing the damage. But it was impressive by N-rated.
So, picks and bans, quickly. What are you expecting bans?
Okay, I would expect fnatic banning Jax, banning Olaf, and banning a third, I don't know. And I expect CG Entus banning Blitzcrank, of course. Banning Orianna again, yes. And banning Rengar. Rengar,
yes. Last ban Rengar makes
I don't know, the last ban from fnatic probably is going to be Lesson or something like that. Oh, Nunu, sorry, Nunu.
Nunu, yeah.
And now Olaf, yeah. And from CG Entus is going to be, again, Orianna, Blitzcrank, and we said
Are they going to try and see if they can force the Lee Sin ban, or whether Soaz is going to take it?
I think
that might be a good play, yeah. I don't think that fnatic needs to ban Lee Sin at all.
No, they won't try ban it. It'd be whether they force CG Entus to use this, and there it is.
There it is.
Listen ban. Then not gonna be Blitzcrank or Rengar ban?
Either Blitzcrank or Rengar are gonna be open. And
I would love to see Blitzcrank.
Would you first pick a Blitzcrank even? Yeah, right?
Not at all, but I don't know. After this last game, I will do that.
Yeah.
I mean, N-rated clearly seems to be on his game with Blitzcrank.
Oh, yeah.
Olaf ban. Go ahead.
Let's see what they
Twisted
do.
Fate.
Twisted Fate. That's
maybe
really interesting.
Maybe they want to run something mid lane that can't stop Twisted Fate. Maybe they have something in mind.
There is the Blitzcrank. Yeah.
So we have Rengar open, we have Olaf open, we have Katarina open again.
Yep.
So I don't know. Rengar, that's a first.
So is this going to be a top or a jungle?
Top, yeah.
Top lane,
top.
Soaz.
The top.
Just proving really Soaz that he can play every single champion.
Syra Ethereal maybe, Syra Olaf probably.
Syra Ethereal would be fun. They would take away exactly the bot lane
from fnatic, yes.
But
so much. Also, it's Olaf open. If they don't pick it probably, well, it's Cho'Gath open as well, so I guess fnatic is gonna pick Cho'Gath. So they don't really need to pick Cho'Gath right now. Sorry, Olaf. They could go for Ethereal Syra to take fnatic bottom lane out, and Kha'Zix.
Oh, and it's against Rengar. Wow.
Oh, we could actually.
We have the actual bit of play. You go explain.
Let me go ahead and explain that really quick. There is a very, very special interaction between Rengar and Kha'Zix. As soon as Kha'Zix ultimate hits level 3, a little quest will pop up for the two players, for the Rengar player and the Kha'Zix player. And basically their mission is to kill the enemy Kha'Zix/Rengar before they kill them. And whoever does that gets a special bonus. Now the thing is, this may be better for the Kha'Zix player, because in competitive play, I don't see the Bone Tooth necklace so much on the Rengar. So the Rengar thing is that the Bone Tooth necklace basically gets stuck at 16 teeth. It never falls below that again, whereas Kha'Zix gets his 4th evolution. It could be, must be, yeah.
It's going to be Kha'Zix.
Wow.
Wait,
that's Kha'Zix mid lane and Zed jungle.
Dade
that's
was
Kha'Zix England Pantheon.
Dade was one playing Kha'Zix when I saw him very first day.
Wow. Could be Pantheon mid against Diana. It's a high counter to Diana right now. It is.
Oh wow. So is this the cheese, or is this just clever counter picking?
It's just a trolling counter picking because they're picking Caitlyn.
So
just trolling the casters a bit. I
like that.
I don't know.
I like that.
The Kha'Zix versus Diana mid though, do you think? Oh.
It could still be a normal mid. They still have a pick open.
Cool.
And there's Leona. It's the
Leona for N-rated.
N-rated Leona, of course. I mean, it's one of the greatest in the world on Leona.
Yep.
And Cho'Gath, as we said. And I would really like to point out on the
That's a well-rounded team for fnatic there.
Diana pick. We didn't saw that pick that much lately, even if it didn't.
And it is Zed, so it could well be Kha'Zix mid.
Finally, it's not a troll. It's a truth. I mean, Zed is gonna jungle again on Insect, and we have Kha'Zix mid lane against Diana. It's gonna be really interesting, that mid lane one-on-one.
Can he actually battle her? Can he?
Really interesting.
Wow. So, okay, look, take us through the lanes. So, straight away, Rengar versus Singe top lane.
It's gonna be Rengar. Rengar is no point on fighting against. You see Singe already got teleport to help other lanes. I mean, he thought, I'm against Rengar, I'm gonna get destroyed. Let's just pick teleport and try to help my team.
Okay, so Diana versus Kha'Zix mid lane.
Kha'Zix. I mean, Kha'Zix is so strong on mid lane. I don't see any kind of counter to mid lane. You can be like overextend with the double Q, hitting everyone in the Q, and you can jump out with your E if someone try to gank you.
The bot lane then, we're talking Zyra and Caitlyn versus, of course, Leona.
I'm not really sure. I mean,
it's close.
Caitlyn Zyra is super strong lane. I mean, you can trap everywhere. You get no ganks at all.
It's Leona N-rated.
Is Leona N-rated?
Who seems to be on his game in this
still, I think CG Entus bot lane is going to win.
And then, of course, the two junglers. We saw Zed yesterday. Very, very strong for them.
Interesting. I really want to see that again. I'm really excited to come back home and play Zed jungle.
So put it all together. What are we thinking? Who is going to win this one?
On paper, CJ Entus. I want to say that the lineup just seems to be stronger. Unless N-rated can pull out some absolute hero engagements with that Leona ultimate.
I was going to say that. I mean, Leona has a really important paper right here with Rengar ultimate, with Diana ultimate. And yeah, I think it is about Leona. If they have a good initiation on Caitlyn with Ezreal ultimate, with Rengar ultimate, with Diana jump on Caitlyn, they could probably destroy them, but still, CG Entus setup, I really like him. Kha'Zix mid, Zed jungle is going to be interesting.
Okay, something we haven't seen between these two is like the big level 1 fights. What do you think really for the level 1 fights between these two teams?
I will say fnatic has... Actually not, I don't know. I mean, Caitlyn can go for traps, can trap some places to stop them. And then if Zyra go for E and someone get a trap, they get destroyed, used by the CC from Zyra and Caitlyn. But also I have to say that Insec, I was going to say, Zed level 1 is not a good, it's only melee. Because you usually go E, is the slow. It's good as slow, but still it's melee slow.
No, let's not remember, no, there's not going to be a slow on it. The slow only works on your shadow. So you need to have the W up before you can slow with the E.
Thanks, Riot, there for making me be a fool.
Sorry.
On the troll desk.
This is why he's going to be a game
designer. This is the one time I know something. The one time I can add value. I have
knowledge.
I know something.
So I have to be a creeper friend, right? I'm as well with creeper that doesn't know what Zed ability is.
Yes, exactly. Okay, let me.
Oh, you're dropping your name there.
I love you. I didn't say creeper.
You did say creeper.
You did say creeper.
Totally. All right.
Totally
let me walk everybody through Zed's abilities in case you haven't played him. The Q is a straight line missile that does damage, nothing else. The W is the interesting one. That's the linchpin of his whole kit. The W sends out a shadow to a location. It's a skill shot, but it passes through everything, so the shadow just appears where you want it to appear. And the shadow then sends out copies of your abilities. So you can send out a Q from your shadow to reach hard to reach places, or most importantly, you can also use the E on your shadow. And the E is just a point-blank area of effect spell just around you, does damage around you. But the important part is, if you get caught by the E as cast by the shadow, you also get slowed. And then finally, the ultimate, that's what Crepo didn't know yesterday. Crepo, pay attention. The ultimate has a Zed teleport a very short distance, like 250 range or so, to an enemy champion, spawns a shadow behind the enemy champion, then does some initial upfront damage onto the champion, then you can attack the enemy champion for 4 seconds, and all the damage that you do in these 4 seconds is multiplied by 1.5 in the end, so you get a 50% of that damage again when the ultimate ends. That's when you just blow up. So really cool sets, what they do is, they use the ultimate on you, they drop you low enough, and they just walk away from you as you explode.
I heard we're not right now in front of the crowd because I would like to ask a big claps for this guy. I didn't expect to know everything on his memory. He didn't take a single ability on the client.
He didn't look. Yeah, he just did it all
was amazing.
I was there when they made it, and I fanboyed about the designers that made them. Drew and Bradford. I would talk to them all day long. So
we should call you Zednon.
Zednon. No.
Zat.
Oh no!
There you go. The trolling time again. Trolling time. Thanks.
Yeah.
As you can see on your screen at the moment, obviously N-rated has a small issue, so the Riot guys are behind him, as well as the ESL guys. There's Damien Scott.
That is Scott with the scarf style.
Yeah, he's going Ocelot style because it's not warm enough in that studio that they've both got scarves on. So they're just sorting out the comms at the moment for the teams. So you can see they have the earbuds in, and then they have these huge headphones on.
I put one of those headphones on yesterday just to try. It's so disorienting. You don't hear anything. It's like I'm in space.
I'm in space. And of course they have, just to extra it, they have the earbuds, then they have the SteelSeries headset
Many people is asking why they're wearing like 3 headsets.
Yeah.
I can explain it. Like they have plugins?
It's earbuds or whatever they call them, plugins, Then
you have the inhibitors, the big one, black one, and then at the neck you have the SteelSeries one with the microphone. So,
we're live?
Yes, we do seem to be live, and you can see the concentration on their faces, which means we are about to get underway. It is Game 3, ladies and gentlemen. Joe and Jason, take us into the action.
So here we go then, game number 3, the third and final match in this semi-final. The winner will go through to that grand final later on to play the winner, well, of the other semi-final, surprisingly enough. And fnatic here going for a strategy which we've seen quite a few times already this tournament, which is push through that bottom lane and try and get around to that tri-bush. However, the Caitlyn trap will give them vision of that happening. So fnatic going to be spotted from that. And you can see they've decided, okay, that's not going to work out for us. We're just going to back off.
Yeah, we did see the Zed junk. Actually, give us a little bit of a rundown of the teams real quick, and then we can go into a little bit of what they're playing, Joe.
Well, for fnatic, we have XPK on Diana, Cyanide on Cho'Gath, Reckless on Ezreal, Soaz on Rengar, and Enrated on Leona. And over for CJ Entus, we have Space on Caitlyn, Insec on Zed, Dade on Kha'Zix, Long Panda on Singed, and Kinch on Zyra.
And we did see Zed yesterday, actually. Insec played him very well against CLGU, as he did here at the expert desk. And they really didn't have an idea of his abilities, and that's kind of an advantage of learning a new champion, is that you're not necessarily 100% sure what to do against him. We did see Mutual Makers ban him out just because they're more confident in playing against Lee Sin, but here, going to be starting at his race. And we did see in that game a lot of action in the top lane. He camped Wicked very hard, and here's to see if he's going to do that again.
Yeah, I mean, Soaz was probably a decent target to try and camp out of the game. But with this Rengar, you know, he's got that ability to be jumping here, there, and everywhere from the brushes. So we'll see how that one all goes out. There's a leash onto the red as well. So that's the starting position for Insec. And over on the other side, Cyanide also starting out here with the red buff. He's going to get a good help with that from Enrated and Reckless as well, so that he can take it without using his smite.
We do have a gank coming to the top lane. Is it gonna actually be spotted? No, it won't be spotted. So we'll be able to get a secure in here, or securely into the bush. As we Soaz with the flash. And Joe, before this actually kicks off, who do you have your money on for this game? Just real quickly.
It's really hard to call. I like CJ's lineup a lot in this one, and to be honest, you've seen Space with Caitlyn before, or granted with a Nunu, but he is very, very devastating with Caitlyn. But let's see how this one all goes, because we are having Insec waiting for a gank on this top lane, and there we go. They're going to see him jump in, and Soaz actually will dive over on towards Insec, and that's what I talked about being able to just jump away from all the danger there with Rengar from the brush. Cyanide is going to take his blue buff, and he's going to meet Insec here inside of the river. Will Rengar actually come down? The knockup will actually land there, and Insec forced to flash away. I think that was maybe a little bit preemptive as there. Long Panda there, going to get silenced up. The Ignite is burning. He's already popped his ghost, but he's actually going to get knocked up there by the Rupture. Will fling Cyanide into the tower, and there is first blood, but Soaz went a little bit too far in then and ends up dying as well.
Did you hear the audience? Everyone's like, ooh, but still, that's the third game in a row that Fnatic has gotten first blood, and that will help outside it in the jungle. Not to mention Soaz, I mean, got the assist at least off of that, picking up that long sword. We do see Singe going to come back to lane with the Ninja Tabbies. And Joe, mid lane, how do you think this is really going to go? Because we've never really seen Diana versus Kha'Zix in this middle lane.
I think Kha'Zix is going to have a good time of it, to be honest with you.
Little bit of lag.
A little bit of lag. Hopefully that's just on our end. Not with the players, because we do actually have a gank coming in to this bottom lane. Enrated going to get flung back here. The Piltover Peacemaker actually missing here. Tried for the Zenith Blade on towards Zyra. That's going to mean a sure death here for Enrated. And it's Long Panda that picks it up. Kha'Zix has come down as well on towards Reckless. And there is one for Zed. It's not Kha'Zix, obviously that's Zed. What am I even talking about? He picks up that kill, and already a fantastic turnaround start from CJ Entus despite losing out on that first blood. And guess what? They're going to put a lot of pressure down onto this first turret.
And Joe, you know how Singe's, well, just period, when he gets fed 2-1 right now, we have boots really done on Zed. Did that against CLGU as well. leveling up his E as his first real ability. And CJ just looking very strong. However, I mean, the team composition Fnatic has. You have a nice pull-in from Xpeke. You have the nice knockup from Cyanide, and not to mention the Solar Flare out of Unrated. They have a lot of control. And then CJ just have, you know, those double assassins. They have really tanky Singed. And they even have the knockup from Zyra and Caitlyn, who's just going to be doing a lot of damage just from range the entire time. It still is easily anyone's game. And Soaz, I mean, he dealt with that top lane gank early on very well. He knew they were going to go for that. And by sitting in that bush, jumping around, he was able to save that flash. We do have Zed coming in the top lane yet again, though.
Yeah, and he's used all his 5 points there, and we are going to see Insect trying to get in there for the slow. Oh, not quite enough damage to finish off Soaz, but they're going to force him, or will they force him out lane? He's got pots in there, and he may just come in from that jungle side. Cyanide will be coming down to try and stop him. There he gets the heal off his W, but Insect is going to come in. They need to delay this one as long as possible, but he is going to die. It's another kill for Zed, and he will escape without Cyanide being able to do anything about that one. This is a fantastic start. It doesn't get much better than this from CJ Entus' side.
Yeah, have that 2 kills on Singed, 2 on Zed now. Expect again, pressure in the mid lane will survive because of that shield. But still, I mean, that's a very close lane. We see like a double assassin going head-to-head. Diana obviously not going to be stronger than him, at least till level 7. I think Kha'Zix will have that first evolution point, going to be taken on his W most likely, and we'll have a lot of range harass. But still, that gank at top lane, Cyanide, good positioning, good awareness to come up there. Just unfortunately, Soaz wasn't able to survive that, and we've seen a little bit of a different build on him as well. I mean, at IPL 5, we saw just straight tank and Rengar, but now we're seeing the longsword potentially going into a Phage or a Brutalizer, most likely the latter of the two. And what do you think about that, Joe?
I think we saw at IPL that, to be honest, a full tanky Rengar really does work out quite nicely. Obviously, Soaz is a better player than I will ever even dream of being, as we get a little bit of lag there once again. So he certainly knows what he's doing when it comes to building Rengar. His champion pool is just so ridiculously big.
Yeah.
And he's got almost, I guess you can say he's got something for every occasion yeah, for Soaz, when depending who he's going to be going up against in his top lane. Currently CS there is all bang level. In the bottom lane, despite what's been going on, it's level between the AD carries, and we are going to have a pause coming out from that one.
Yeah, the players are getting the lag as well, so yeah, hopefully get that fixed very shortly. But Joe, I mean, 4-1, 6 minutes and 40 seconds into the game, as we do see CJ just there on your screen, just a little bit confused, as both teams are just, I mean, they're confused as well, just lagging out. Obviously, the first time of the entire tournament, so it's going to get fixed very shortly. And taking a look at early items in CS, Joe, we should probably go into that just a little bit. Yeah, I'm getting that every once in a while as well. But we do have in the top lane 16-15. We do have Soaz winning that little bit of a trade. We have Boots ability done on Cho'Gath, the same as on Zed. Cho'Gath does have that 36 CS to 29. Diana in the mid lane, 46 to 46, both tied up. And in the bottom lane, pretty much dead even as well. I mean, we saw this happen in game 1 when we saw Reckless first space on these two champions, and he kept up, which is quite surprising against a Caitlyn, but then again, we know him as a very good Ezreal, and it's just about them to be able to shut her down late game and survive the burst damage that CJ just can put out.
We see admins there just working on things. We do have some IT technicians here as well on standby, just in case you know, anything with the network or the internet goes down, as Dade has actually left the game. So I mean, we've got 24.5 minutes left on the pause, so we've got plenty of time to be able to sort this one out, as N-Rated also going to get disconnected there as well. So hopefully we can get this one sorted out.
I can see Twitch chat right now, Joe. Someone just DDoS everywhere in there.
Froggin.
Yeah. Even though he's here right now, it's impossible to happen.
I mean, he's looking pretty shifty, stood over there talking to some fans.
Yeah, but we do have Reckless also quitting as well. And here comes N-Rated back in the game. I'm curious to see if it's potentially possible to have a remake. I'm not sure that would actually happen.
Let's not even think about that just yet with that one. So we're 6.5 minutes in, Jason. 4-1. 2 kills for Singed. That's going to get into that tanky troll Singed position, as you tried to get for a lot quicker. And also for Zed, who we've seen straight in for those boots of mobility. What's the next step for him? I mean, he's already doing a load of damage with basically no items for it.
Well, we saw him last time go, I believe it was Brutalizer into a Bloodthirster as his main combo. Yeah. And eventually he built in towards that GA. But the real problem is they're against a lot of assassins with those two, Zed and Kha'Zix, very strong, but they're against a lot of CC on the enemy team. You know, the Diana Moonfall, like I was saying, the Rupture of the Silence out of Cho'Gath, not to mention Leona has, was it 4 forms of CC practically?
She has the CC train in this one.
Yeah, I mean, if they can get in and kill someone like Reckless right away, they'll have a good time, but he has that cleanse to get away, he has a lot of protection, and that's going to be their main goal. And if we see, Fnatic end up building those GAs, or even, CJ Entus finally getting those, that's what the problem COG had against them, is that they could they only had their combo to kill them in, and yet they just couldn't keep the damage coming in because CJ Entus would survive it.
And this is a crucial time. You know, these things can happen in tournaments, and the players, they need to stay focused. Yeah. They need to stay focused, not to be thinking about what's going on here. See, N-rated, well, not now, but was previously just having a bit of a chat. Probably telling his teammates, you know, how this has gone so far, what we need to change. And it can also be a welcome break for Fnatic. You know, if it's going a little bit bad for them, they don't have, you know, like in some other games, like in Counter-Strike, for example, if you start to fall behind, you can call a timeout. And then be able to talk about what's going wrong. But since that's round-based, you can't really just, you know, at some point here have a timeout to talk about what's going wrong for you, what you need to change. That all has to be done on the fly. So, you know, this little pause that we've got may be a good thing for Fnatic. On the other side, CJ Entus, they're on a bit of a roll, and this is not something that they'd want to happen to them after 6.5 minutes of the game. And the team's actually in-game asking if they are ready, and we are going to get back underway, which is always a good thing. We're going to try and skip it back up to live, which could be interesting.
Oh. If it wasn't scary enough jumping in that bush, jumping out at high speed is even that much more freaky.
Yeah, I think we should be pretty okay to skip forward, as we are going to see N-rated coming in, but we do have 3 men there. Insect was in the bush, ready and waiting. Can they get the finisher? One more. Yes, he can. It's actually Kinch that takes that one. We've got Cyanide coming in from that side. PK coming in as well, and there is PK picking up the kill. They get the knockdown up onto Kinch, and he is going to die from this as well. It's a double kill for Diana. Kha'Zix did take down Reckless, though, in the end. Insect is pretty low, but he's on the right side of that lane right now as well, so he'll stay safe from that. So thick and fast action coming in directly after the pause. Yeah, nice 2-for-2 trade there. We do see an Orc actually being picked up on Cyanide. Just wanted to protect it there. They could have potentially picked up Insect. I might even see it happen right now as Xpeke coming in, has that flash available. But we do have that up for Insect as well. I mean, look how quick he moves just with those boots mobility. Really hard to be able to catch, not to mention that W when he uses it. And yeah, good trade. I mean, Xpeke, great awareness to come down there and know that was happening, just to kind of counter it out there. But he picked up a double kill, as it make him so deadly in lane against his Kha'Zix. And I mean, this is the real lane we wanted to watch, is to see how these two match up. See, in the top lane there, Long Panda actually just popping his ultimate off. Not really doing too much poison damage there, but you can see Soaz, just that sustained damage that's constantly there. You have to get out of it. You think, okay, per tick, it's not actually that high of an amount of damage, but the fact is, it is a tick spell, so the entire time you're taking damage, and it soon mounts up quickly. As we see Space here pushing that bottom lane out once again, will net himself to safety, puts the Piltover Peacemaker through to damage these minions, to try and get the harassment down as well. And we may even see another dive coming in onto this top lane. Cyanide is on the bottom side of his jungle by that blue buff. He knows that Zed went up there somewhere, but Zed actually backing away here, and we are going to see that blue buff given over to Xpeke. So this is where I think Diana should be able to take him head-to-head in that mid lane. Is you're level 7, you have a lot of damage, and with this blue buff, with the cooldown reduction, and with the shield that you you know, you can be leveling up, it really does a lot of damage, gives you a lot of sustain. So you see Kha'Zix coming back to lane, has that Brutalizer in hand, so he's going to go for that armor pen build, which was easily expected. 57 armor on Xpeke in the bottom lane. CS, I mean, we see Reckless currently in later now. We see actually in the mid lane again happening. Yeah, Insect could be in trouble here. He's actually going to go very, very low. Can they get the finisher? Oh, he's got away from it. Peke actually coming back because Long Panda was in there. Now Cyanide going to be the focus of the damage. He will flash away, puts a nice rupture down to stop them chasing him. And that will be no kills coming out just yet. Insect getting away just about with his life intact. We've got wards down around Dragon here as well. We've got Kha'Zix and Zed on that bottom side. Long Panda going back up though, so I don't think it's quite time for that Dragon just yet. Yeah, we do see Soaz in the top lane actually pushing that tower down, getting it very low. And the teleports coming out of Long Panda in the top lane have been pretty amazing so far. He's been around the map completely. It's been off cooldown, if not on cooldown more. And he's been actually applying a lot of pressure on these extra lanes. Has a catalyst. Actually going to catch Soaz here just a little bit. And that's what's nice about Singe, is you're able to, like you're saying, do that damage over time. As long as you have that mana, you can keep flinging him, keep harassing him, and really apply a lot of pressure. Yeah, which he's going to have here as well now with that catalyst finished. Obviously, we'll give him that chunk back at every level. And he's just constant harassment here from Long Panda. I mean, Soaz must have a decent amount of gold. Yeah, he's sat on 1,500 gold right now. So can go home, pick up his first big item.
Well, Long Pen, he's getting in that flow where he's just going to start killing the entire minion wave, running past it.
Yeah.
Not really too afraid of Soaz just yet, because he doesn't have any items. Like you're saying, he's sitting on a lot of gold. With those 5 points for us, they're going to try to do a little bit of chip, but Sin just has so much regen on top of that Callus, on top of his ultimate, as you see right there. He's just sticking to him as much as possible, and he dropped him about half health from that, just from the poison and the fling alone.
Now we see Long Panda just going to go straight in there, going to get another fling down onto Soaz. And it's a lot of damage coming out. Yeah, ultimate comes down here. But the Cyanide is coming around, but Insect is already there. Who's going to get the better of this one? Zyra ultimate going to knock all 3 of them up. Zyra has to back away, but they've taken out Cyanide. Can they lock another kill down? N-rated pretty damn tanky, which will just about keep him alive from that one. But they need to be real careful here because Diana is coming around this backside. XPK working his way through the enemy jungle. He's going to be spotted here by the wards as Insect went in for N-rated. Is he going to go down? One more auto attack. Brilliant play from Reckless. And now Diana comes around. He's going to go in on towards space. The plant not going to be enough to force him away. His harassment will get the first and the second kills coming in. Double kill again for XPK with Diana. And we talked about it the last time that he turned it around, Jason, but we saw it directly this time. I wanted to keep an eye on him specifically after what we saw in that last kill. And he went straight through the enemy jungle here, put this ward down by the blue buff, and came down from the backside. And the ward that was here was just too late to stop
too late. And he actually killed Kha'Zix on the way down too. He walled him with that blue buff up.
Oh, he did? I didn't even see that.
So they ended up getting 4 kills for 0 basically there. They do pick up Dragon off of that as well. And a 5-0 Diana, Joe. I mean, we talk about kill stack, we talk about pretty much every game, but it's Diana. It's amazing. You have it going for that chain vest right away. We did see Long Pen, though, was able to push Soaz out of lane. However, he did get that turret, as you see. And that gives him a nice healthy lead over them. We do see the Hunting guys finished up for XPK now. And I mean, Dottie's going to have a really hard time against him. Picking up that no match mantle, but it's really not going to be enough. Oh, Zed, they're coming in for a gank on Cyanide.
Yeah, they're going to try and take out Cyanide here. You can see the amount of damage as Ignite goes down as well. Cyanide not escaping this one, but Diana comes in again. Insect is going to fall. Can he chase out onto Dade with this one? Doesn't look that way, as we are going to see another ping going down there. That was... well, I don't even know where that was. I think that was just a little bit delayed, to be honest, in our sounds. But there is another turret being taken down. Well, the first of the game for CJ, obviously fnatic did take that top turret down with Soaz earlier on, and now XPK gonna try and have this middle turret away with N-rated. Bottom lane is coming up from CJ Entus, but they need to be careful because XPK is just fed. He's got those sorcerer shoes in there. He's got that haunting guy. He's going full penetration as you'd expect from this Diana, and he is just looking unstoppable at this point. Yeah, the problem is that's one guy. So if they can't lock him down, yeah, he's going to have a great time of it. But if they do lock him down...
If they do lock him down, kill him. I mean, that's where all the kills are stacked up at the moment. And I have a song actually stuck in my head right now because of this game, Dirty Diana by Michael Jackson, just because of how well he's doing on him. You see, again, in the top lane, Soaz taking a lot of damage, even though, I mean... Even though he can heal, he's not building tanky, so he's not really going to be surviving this damage. Cyanide going to be coming in, but it won't really work as he has that ghost up right now. Zed coming in the top lane as well, and they could actually turn this around. He has that red buff, so he's going to be backing out, and Cyanide could be the victim here of another gank.
Oh, there's no ward in that brush. Zed, is he going to go for it? Looked like he was thinking about it, then decided against it, but Singe is going to be pushing this wave through, and Cyanide, he's a very small level 9 Cho'Gath, and we are going to see the fling coming down. Here comes Zed. This is not a good position for Cyanide to be in. Singe has everything running. He's got the ghost still available, but in the end, they do manage to push away. But guess what? Diana is
attempting to reconnect. No. As she was running up there trying to go for that gank, and that is a little unfortunate. I guess we will be going to a little bit of a pause here. As you see.
He's not lagged out.
Oh, there it is.
Wow.
Look on fnatic's face, not very happy after that. I mean, Cyanide did get a really good escape there from that gank, and we had XPK coming in from the lane, or sorry, coming in from River, and that could have actually, you know, picked up another kill or two. As I'm not gonna say a joke, because I don't want to jinx it, but
Singe poison just stopped. So,
I mean, how do you, okay, we talked about this before in the last pause. How do you stay focused?
Honestly, if I knew that,
you'd be a pro player.
Well, I don't have the skills for that, but still, I mean, it's a really hard one to call. You need that kind of leader figure in the team to keep you quiet, you know. If you start to get frustrated, it's going to show as the game goes up. I can see that the guy on the right-hand side is one of the IT technicians here, so they are certainly aware of that problem. Whatever it may be, I have no idea.
Well, last time we had that pause, it was fnatic being down 4-1. And they were able to compose themselves, keep themselves focused. And now, I mean, they're looking very good. They're down 1 kill, but they have a nice little bit of a gold lead. They have a 6-0 dying on top of that. And now they're pretty much in CJ Entus' boots, just to stay focused, keep on the right track. And hopefully this game will be back shortly. I mean, we can talk about CS a little bit if you want to go into that, just to kind of give an overview.
Well, in the top lane, we have 99-89. In favor of Singed. Not really a surprise. Singed, you know, he's been pushing straight through those, straight through that turret, taking the waves as you do as Singed. In the jungle, 74-58 in favor of Cho'Gath. Actually is really close to him on gold. It's like 180 difference in gold, even though Zed does have 4 kills and 3 assists from that. So Cyanide doing a fantastic job on that side of things. It's Diana, obviously, that's the biggest problem in this one. 122 CS to 107 of Kha'Zix, plus 600, that's 6,069 gold compared to 4,333 on Kha'Zix. That's a big lead. It's currently starting 1,200 gold as well, so probably be shopping at some point in the near future. And round about a 700 gold lead for Reckless over Space in this bottom lane as well. And just to look at the supports where they're at, 2,800 for N-rated to the 2,900 over with Zyra. Obviously Zyra does have a kill plus the 4 assists. Had that Heart of Gold running, which up to now has 83 gold inside of it, whereas N-rated has 84.
Wow, that couldn't be any closer.
Well, it could be 83 each or 84 each, Jason. Just to point out the obvious.
It could be, Joe. I'm just seeing right now, fnatic just sitting there talking a little bit, just trying to stay focused, trying to keep their minds in the game. That's something that a really experienced team has to their advantage. Just they, you know, most likely go through things like this, or they play really long matches. For instance, maybe against CLG, where we saw a 58-game match or a 58-minute match. You know, they have that ability to keep their focus up, and when you experience things like this, it gives you just, I mean, it gives you that just small advantage.
I cannot read those hand gestures, Jason. Pointing is what they're doing right now. But they're obviously on to trying to fix whatever the problem may be here. We are deceptively close to them, but, you know, as I said before, we don't actually get anything to tell us what's going on with that one. So, with that, we've had almost 15 minutes into the game. We're going to throw it over to the Cool Kids desk, and they're going to talk about their opinions of this match so far.
We can go one better than that. We can show you the kills, what have happened during the game so far. That's what we're going to do. So we are back on the Cool Kids desk, and 2 minutes 40 is where it all began. Actually, tell a lie, there was a kill right at the start, wasn't there? But 2 minutes 40 is the one where Insect got caught. This was this was first blood of the game. If you look up on the river, actually, you see Insect was getting ready to go for the gank, but Cyanide reacted. You can see Insect there, he's in the bush, ready and waiting. However, Cyanide already just picking up the blue. He's going to come trotting up that river. I did get 240, there we go. It was about to happen. They go for the attempted gank on Soaz, and obviously because he's already on blue, we can see him coming straight up there, straight in towards. He actually forces the flash of Insect here, actually, because he catches him with the rupture. Immediately he has to flash straight out of there, doesn't want to die out, and immediately they catch on. And that is going to be a very dead panda.
But this was really lucky because Soaz ended up dying. It should not happen, that poison plus, I think it was Ignite, you tower at poison.
It was the poison, but it was because Soaz, Cyanide had flashed just before the tower was about to fire, which constantly meant, well, you're near the closest, you're going to get hit. And so Soaz probably didn't thank him for that, because he probably would have survived, I think, one tower hit.
He would have, yeah.
He will survive, sure.
He would have survived it. 350 is the next one. It was Singed teleport down the bottom,
That was really
actually.
nice played.
Yeah, very nice bit of play.
They were pressuring bottom, and at the moment they tried to kill the CG Entus bottom lane, this Singed teleport bottom. And there you go, that double kill. followed by CG Entus. What the first kill?
Because N-Rated had already been baited into using his ulti there, hadn't he?
And now Zed is coming to kill Ethereal. Was really well played by CG Entus. They didn't expect that Reckless as well, and get called the double kill.
So I believe things are getting back underway. So you don't want to watch us talking about the replays. You want to see the game live. Joe and Jason, take it away.
So, apparently we do have things fixed and we are going to be getting the game back underway here in just a few moments. As we said, almost 15 minutes into the game, 19.9 thousand to 21.6 thousand gold in favor of fnatic right now. 9-8 in kills in favor of CJ Entus, and we are counting down from the pause. So let's jump back into the game. I'm going to keep it at its current speed because, well, actually, Diana just went away from that one, so let's speed it up and get back onto the live, which actually doesn't want to allow me to do for some reason. It won't let me get up to live speed. That should catch itself up here in just a few moments. So, what are we expecting to see these next few minutes, Jason? I mean, with the fact that fnatic were 4-1 behind, it's now 9-8. You've got a strong Diana, to say the least. What's going to go down here?
Well, they need to take advantage of that. I mean, that Haunting guys has those 6 kills. They want to, use Diana as much as possible, have him roam around, maybe get a turret here in that mid lane, just allowing him to roam. Even Dragon, which, will be up in a couple of minutes, but it's pretty much just all focused around Expected right now. If they can use him to their advantage, they should be able to win these fights, should be able to win the game. I mean, he can jump right on top of Space and probably kill him in his burst combo before he can even react, even with that heal up. But that's pretty much what they should be going for. CG Entus needs to just drag it out a little bit. They do have 4 kills on Zed, so he needs to get, some really necessary items to counter this. And still, I mean, so has picked up that Spirit Fist just to help out with that Singe's damage. Do have a gank in the bot lane.
Oh.
And can they kill him?
He is running the wrong way. That's a perfect Leona ultimate. This Zed is not escaping from this one. Reckless gets the kill. The rest of CJ Entus trying to come back for this one. Dade did actually just jump away completely, but it might not be enough because Peke is onto him. He's got double buff as well. He shouldn't be too worried about Space in this situation, in my opinion. But Space has done enough to stop fnatic chasing him down. Dragon is up in 2 minutes from now. So nothing to really play for on that front, but they're coming in through the jungle again. Daylight didn't get away, the knockup will land, and that's another kill. And Rated picking it up this time. And that is 10-9. fnatic taking the kill lead here. And what a fantastic bit of play it was as well.
Yeah, great job. So is in the top lane, trying to get this turret down. He's been pushing it the entire time that Long Panda actually teleported down that bottom. Should be able to escape here. Does have the ultimate, pops it right there, and should be able to juke and survive this. So great job by fnatic, picking up those kills, picking up another turret. And we do see them pushing on this mid lane. We'll get that as well. So, I mean, the gold lead that was ever so minimal at the time now has lengthened to, 5,000 gold. Well, yeah. 6,000 gold.
Mathematics.
Not strong with those. But, I mean, it was in a matter of 2 minutes that they were able to take this much of a gold lead.
Yeah. And, it seems like these pauses, they're not bad for fnatic. They were 4-1 behind when we had the first one. They come right back into it. Second one comes down. They're now ahead. 4-1 in turrets, a good 6,000 gold. Don't stand still like that. People scare me when you do stuff like that. So to check that everyone else is moving around. But you must be on 2,600 gold now.
That's Zonya's coming up shortly.
Yeah, he's going to go straight home and finish off that one. As we see here, Soaz, 124 to 128. Picked up that Spirit Visage in with his Brutalizer, and there is the Zonya's Hourglass finished for Diana, who has a huge CS lead, has a huge kill lead. And to be honest, his Kha'Zix just can't stand and fight.
Yeah, I mean, he's behind so much. I mean, he's behind that huge CS lead, like you were just saying, and the kills. The thing is, we mentioned earlier that if they can lock down Expected and kill him, with those 6 kills, 0 deaths, that's a huge chunk of gold going over to the member that actually kills him, and that could be something that gets him back in the game. Zed currently with those 4 kills, most on his team, not really the ideal person you want to be on, though. If he farms like he did against CLG with, I think he approached 400 CS at that point, he could be able to do a lot of damage.
Wow, you cannot fight.
No.
Cannot fight Rengar there. He is pretty strong with that Brutalizer on as well. I mean, it's a lot of damage coming out, and I think Insect just about realizing that one after everything that went down. As Reckless just farming this bottom lane out with his ultimate, and they are going to be looking to take down the first inner turret of this year. Sorry, second inner turret. I forgot that the one in the top lane had already been picked off by Soaz, so he's done a massive job for fnatic in this top lane. Yeah, he's not really got in there with the kills, but he's ahead in CS, and he's pushed those two turrets down while Long Panda was in there. Yeah, Cyanide getting caught out here by Zed. The knockup will actually catch two of them. I wonder if that's going to be enough to bring the rest of the team around. There's a Zyra knockup as well. Fight kicking off on two fronts here as XPK is going to dive in. Gets Insect. Daddy not going to escape brilliantly under ultimate. The crowd control far too strong. You're not escaping this one. Henrated picking up another kill. He got used to it last game. He's like, these are my kills. Aren't I supposed to be picking them all up? I'm pretty sure I am. There's the Caitlyn ultimate onto Soaz. Didn't really do that much, but Long Panda trying to get in here on towards XPK as XPK dives in on towards Space, who's going to pop the summoner heal. Oh, and he gets shut down. The Ignite may just finish him off. No, one more tick needed. And Fnatic are going to stay ahead 12-10, but Caitlyn just getting a nice 544 gold for that kill.
That was actually pretty funny. Long Panda threw him into Space, almost got the kill. But wow, that CC we saw coming out of Fnatic, and that's exactly what I was talking about. They locked down Dade. That seemed like ages right there. They pretty much had him from full health down to the kill, just based in CC. But we did see Dragon go over to Fnatic, and the gold lead's trying to get out of hand. So as, I mean, they're split pushing a little bit, as we saw him in the top lane the entire time there. It came down eventually. But they have to be really careful. They can't afford to get caught off guard. You know, typically when you see, well, off the back of IPL 5, that Rengar will push top lane solo by himself, and well, that's what solo means. Anyways, he'll push it when he's tanky, and he's not really tanky right now. He doesn't have the items. He has the Phage in the works, has that Brutalizer in the Spirit Visage still. He's waiting in this bush, trying to go after Long Panda, but with that Rod of Ages, with that Revolver, Long Panda probably not going to be too afraid here.
Long Panda's like, wow. He was waiting in the bush that whole time. But yeah, I mean, it's a good amount of farm again for Soaz. He's actually sat on 1,300 gold, so plenty to be spending in there. When he goes finally back, and he's just going to continue to push and push and push. There's the Baller Strike going down to slow Singed. And he builds up his 5 points, pops in the W, and he's just trying to hold out here for enough time that XPK can get in a position to stop this Singe, but he's walked over a ward in the tri-bush there, so they know that Diana was coming into this top lane. Cyanide, with the Oracle on, has managed to clear out a little bit of vision on this top side, and so has XPK and Cyanide going to be pushing that wave straight through on towards the inhibitor turret.
Problem is, though, Insect in the bottom lane right now. He can't afford to do this. They need his damage. They need how fed he is to defend this. And this could be the first inhibitor going over to Fnatic if he doesn't do something to get back, though. He's still trying to push. We see Rengar going in.
Yeah, Rengar has decided to dive in there. Good Zyra ultimate. Soaz going very low. Will surely die here. Yes, he does underneath the turret. Kha'Zix has to jump away. Long Panda, you know, they've taken a lot of damage, but he's still very healthy just because how he's built. There is a block from Cyanide. They're going to be taking away this inhibitor turret, but look at Zed in that bottom lane. He is pushing, pushing, pushing the whole way through. Doesn't have minions. They will be coming back in. And now CJ Entus is going to try and force this issue back over. But Peke, you know, the burst that comes out of him, you can't ever underestimate that one. Long Panda now going to chase out in towards the jungle, see if he can end up finding anyone. N-rated is going to have to back away from that. Can't recall in that position. Cyanide is on top of a ward here as well. This could be very dangerous. Knockup is dodged there. It's Peke running through the lane, trying to get in a position of safety by that turret, which he manages to do. Zed, in the meantime, did take out that inhibitor turret. So, now for Fnatic, was it really worth it, Jason?
No, I mean, they got a little overconfident right there, extended past that turret. And a great job by CJ Entus there to actually just chase them down, prevent them from back. And I remember at the World Finals, the COG NA versus SK, and they did the exact same thing. And they came out with that victory, but very well played out of them. And Zed, I mean, I was surprised that he come back. Maybe might have picked up an ace, but still, getting that inhibitor open at that bottom side can be very helpful for them. If they do get that down, that's going to apply a lot of pressure for Fnatic to go for this Baron, or at least stop CJ Entus from getting it. We do have a lot of items completed, though. Zed went for Last Whisper as his next big item. That's going to help him quite a bit. We do see the Bone Tooth Necklace actually done for Soaz, so we could eventually see that special interaction between him and Kha'Zix coming out. I would love to see it because it would be the first time for me. But still, he's going to need a lot of kills to get up there, and a lot of assists on top of that.
So Fnatic here going to push this mid lane out. N-rated already stopping the creep wave from coming too far out. And XPK just destroys it. Easy stuff. They know that ward's there in that position, so they know they will be spotted if they're in this top side of the jungle. The warding from CJ Entus is still very, very strong, but I'm not sure that they've really got enough here to hold on to these turrets, as we are going to see another inner turret going down. Bottom lane now is the only one with an inner turret standing. as Zed is going to be taking away that top turret. So, Zed done a really good job so far in this game of getting those turrets down for CJ.
That's the thing, though. I mean, you just asked me if it was worth it for that trade of the top inhibitor turret for the bottom, but is it worth it for him to keep split pushing like this? I mean, they could potentially be winning these fights. We saw how low that fnatic was right there. I'm just not too sure.
Well, in terms of worth it, the top outer turret is definitely not a fair trade-off for an inner middle turret, that's for sure. And maybe if they were there, they could have stopped that turret going down. But it's all ifs and buts at this point. fnatic have that 6-4 turret lead. Oh, Kinch going to get caught out here. Oh, he just manages to flash away. So has not got a flash available. And Kinch may well just escape this one. So has decides, okay, I probably can't follow in that entire way. But in the meantime, XPK pushing out this middle lane. He can't afford to overextend either, but they've got good wards in there. Dade actually will jump in here on towards XPK. He could be in a little bit of trouble with Singe coming in. Caitlyn ultimate will go down as well. Zhonya's comes in to stop that, destroying him, but it's only a matter of time. It's Long Panda to pick it up, but in the meantime, they've bought time here for fnatic to start off the Baron. Here comes the teleport in though. Can they catch them from this one? Wow, he even managed to dodge the rupture as he teleported in as well. That was impressive from Long Panda. And now CJ Entus going to force fnatic completely away from that Baron. So again, we're tied up in kills, 12-12. The turrets and the gold still in favor of fnatic, but for how long? Because this middle outer turret is the next victim. Well, with that knock-up in there, ooh, they might just dive this one. They're going to fling Cyanide over. The root comes in. Kha'Zix's going to dive down. The Zyra ultimate won't do too much. Well, they may get even more as the reset came in for Dade. They've taken the turret out. Ezreal coming in from the side, N-rated through the lane. And they've picked up that kill onto Cyanide, taken the turret as well without losing a man. And CJ will be happy with that trade. Dragon is available for the taking as well, which they don't seem to be 100% aware of right now.
Well, I mean, heck, they're making mistakes. They're getting overconfident. That's the second time they were picked off one by one. And this is the mistake that you'll give CJ Entus to get back in the game. We do see Zed go for his own red buff here. We do see Reckless coming over the side, though. Can he actually catch him? He steals away the red buff, Joe.
Wow, a nice steal there from Reckless. Oh, what a juke from Insect. And an ultimate from Ezreal. Brilliant play from Reckless. I mean, that was fantastic from Insect, but... well, it's only a matter of time until Ezreal catches up with you, to be honest. Meanwhile, in the middle, Soaz getting a little bit too overconfident. Dade going to come in. Can N-rated save him? No, he can't. Ooh. Not quite.
Blew 2 flashes, though, out of CJ Entus right there, thinking maybe Ezreal's with them or something. We did see Space and Dade actually both blow it, so a little bit of a problem for them, but XPK, he's getting overconfident.
Wow. Oh, wow. Well, look at the burst. That's the difference there. As we see Zhonya's going to go down, and he actually dives into the middle of them. Can't quite finish off anyone, and it is Dade who picks up that kill as well. So fnatic getting a little bit caught out here and there. They're now behind 2 kills. If you're just joining us, this is the 3rd and final game of our first semi-final for the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne. The scoreline 1-1 in the best of 3, so it's all down to how the teams perform in this one, and right now it's really hard to call a winner.
Yeah, it really is. And taking a look at items real quick, we do see last switch we're done for Kha'Zix. Top of that, we see a BF sword for Zed. Going to be able to into that Bloodthirster. And there's a lot of armor pen on these 2 assassins. And I mean, that's exactly what they're going for. We're seeing Singe going for his Frozen Heart to stop Ezreal, to stop Soaz a little bit.
Well, you saw, I mean, that wasn't even a contest, Diana versus Kha'Zix before that last Whisper.
But the thing is, he keeps, that's the second time he got picked off, going by himself, all on his own. And it's things like that will make them lose this game. We do see Dragon trying to be contested here, and CJ Entus might be able to scare them off.
Oh, N-rated might get caught out here. We are going to see the flip coming back onto him. Ezreal ulti will force Kha'Zix to back away. Kinch is going to go down as well. Knockup comes down onto Singe. The entire team is there. Long Panda, is he going to be able to escape? No, he's not. Leona gets another kill. Insect is going to die as well. He's right in the middle of them. Double kill coming out for Zed, though, before he finally goes down. And they finished off Rengar. XPK trying to get into the fight, but he's just a little bit too slow, and that will be a 3-for-3 exchange.
Such a close fight, even with how far fnatic was ahead, and still is. I mean, that 5,000 goalie, still quite a bit. Reckless got really focused there. We saw Zed wasn't really in position to get in there, came in eventually, took out and raided, but not before he did a chunk of damage to him and CC'ing him to no end. I mean, with that death at that bottom lane, that fight would have been completely different if he didn't die there and was with his team. And we'll be going for his own blue here. We see Oracle picked up on Zyra, and Bloodthirster finished off for Zed. And, oh, Leona picking up an Oracle himself.
And again, N-rated. 3 kills, 4 deaths, 5 assists. picking them up there in the middle, and that's giving him a Randuin's. Like, in that last game, we saw him with Blitzcrank, got that Frozen Heart in there, finished. This time, got that Randuin's Omen in there, which certainly will be helping against the like of Kha'Zix and Zed. And Caitlyn, obviously. So, we'll see how that affects it.
If I'm not mistaken, he's actually had that for, I think, 10 minutes almost.
Yeah, I think he has. I saw the animation before I even realized it was in his inventory, so he's had that for quite a while. But still,
really great
these fights are so hard to call.
Yeah, we still have yet to see a full-on 5v5 here. We do see Dragon start for CJ Entus. fnatic, though, not going to let this go without a contest. Cyanide trying to steal it away. Doesn't, in fact, get it, though. CJ Entus going for the... I thought they were going for the engage there, and instead they back off. Expect missing the bullet there. Hits Reckless in the face, but with that Vamp... Actually, doesn't have Vamp Center, but with the 6% life, so should be fine to get it back. And fnatic on the push here. They still have that inhibitor open on the top lane. We haven't seen any play on it for either team, but they are charging down this middle lane.
Oh, we're going to see this fight kicking off here. You can see that CJ Entus is trying to poke them down from the side, but they know they have to be on their base. And that next inhibitor turret is going to go down. Longpanther looking for a grab onto someone as he gets silenced. Will finally get one in here on towards Soaz, but what can he do? The fight is going on about 5 different fronts here. Space is going to be going low, but it's only Enrated that's in there. Cyanide backing away. There's the ultimate coming across for Reckless, but we see Kha'Zix picking up a kill from it as well. Meantime, Zed here is being chased down by both Soaz and Cyanide. There is a rupture landing. The silence comes down, the nom, and the finish from Soaz, and that will be a 2-for-1 in favor of fnatic. Plus, they may not be done yet. XPK is still up there, and in the end, can't really chase for much more. But they took down this inhibitor turret in the process, which means 2 open inhibitors for the taking. Yeah, that still was a very close 1-for-2 trade for fnatic. They had Reckless very low at their Soaz at the end, as you saw. They had 2 open inhibitors. Do you think we're going to see, well, do we need to see fnatic push right now? I mean, well, the fights are still so even. They haven't really still had yet a good 5-out-of-5 team fight. In the last little bout there, we saw XPK really didn't do any damage. He was like stuck by Zyra with those grasping roots. Yeah, he needs to be more involved in it, that's for sure. I mean, almost working up now towards that Rabadon's death cap as we see Cyanide with the Oracle. And that just showed you, you know, he's not had the best luck with kills here. I mean, look how small he is. Yeah, I was just going to mention that. But CS, though, it's a huge lead for Reckless right now. Has a 100 CS advantage over Space. And even Soaz right now has a little bit of advantage. Just in all fronts, fnatic out-farming CJ Entus here, as we do see Cyanide finally getting a little bit bigger off of that minion. Just a little bit. Does have that Frozen Heart done. And 2 Randuins currently for fnatic, so they have a lot of slow, a lot of protection for Reckless for him to carry this game. Not to mention Diana, with the death cap done, with that Chain Vest on top, going to be going in potentially for that GA. Oh, they know that Singe's in his top lane, but he does have teleport available. fnatic looking like they're going to try and take down this inhibitor. See Insect there actually picking up the elixirs as well. So Singe teleporting behind him. Not going to be chickening out of any fights on this one as they manage to force them back. Singe is right in the middle of them, but look at the ultimates coming down. Singe will die before the rest of the team gets in there. There's 3 men knocked up by Zyra. Dade going to come in. Soaz going low, but the damage onto Dade is very strong as well. There is the Caitlyn ultimate coming out. It almost kills XPK, and he's now in trouble as well as they dive in on top of him. Enrated is going down here as well. Double kill, and Reckless manages to jump. Soaz still in there. Double kill for Soaz. Can he finish off? Flashes away. Reckless from this bottom side has managed to get himself out of it, and that will be a 3-for-3. And again, everyone so low. Yeah, fnatic almost completely lost the fight. We do see Bloodthirster finish for Kha'Zix. But that fight, I mean, they're just so crazy. Like you were saying in the fight before, they're just fighting on all fronts. You can't even control or keep all the action in your screen because everyone is breaking up in these small little groups. Reckless trying to just kite as much as possible and have his protection. And then Soaz, he's just diving into the backside, trying to go for space every time. And Insect and Dade, I mean, we saw the resets happening. He kept jumping on them as much as possible. It's just such a crazy fight, and I'm glad I'm not a play-by-play caster, Joe. I'm sorry. Thanks, bro. Yeah, you're welcome. 21-22 in kills. That's how close this one is. Yeah, there is a 6,000 gold lead. It's 8-5 in turrets for fnatic. They've got 2 open inhibitors. But as we saw in that last fight, just because they're open doesn't mean that CJ Entus is going to give them away for free. You see a load of elixirs being picked up here. If we look down Kha'Zix and Zed, pretty much the same build. And it's all lined up perfectly. And it's all lined up perfectly. It's good times for us with that one.
Well, we do have a phage actually picked up for Ezreal. He's had that for a little bit. Think he's going to go into that frozen mount yet again, as he did in game number 2?
Possible. I mean, that big chunk of health that you get from that Giant's Belt in there is certainly something that Reckless won't sniff at. So we'll see if he ends up going in that direction.
I know everyone...
Soaz has stood on top of a ward, and they are going to get the root down onto him. That Baron is being started and finished there. Nom down by Cho'Gath, nicely done. And Soaz really holding them back from that one. Now they're going to dive in. Reckless ultimate comes across. Soaz going low. Zyra ulti is going to get a good knock-up. Insect coming around the back. He's going to pay for it surely with his life. Yes, he will die, and Rated will fall as well. And that will be a 3-for-1 in favor of CJ Entus against a Baroned up Fnatic. And it doesn't look like that is finished just yet. Not going to get in for any more than just that bit of damage, though. And again, yes, Baron taken, but it's now only left with Xpeke and with Cyanide after those 3 men went down. And these kills are still really, really close.
Yeah, and for everyone wondering at home, we do have Soaz. He's currently sitting on 5 stacks of that Bone Tooth necklace, because I know everyone is waiting for him to finally hit that 16 stacks essentially and get that interaction. But yeah, I mean, we still have Baron on Xpeke. It's still Diana. I mean, he still has that death cap, still has his Zonias.
Speaking of Diana, in trouble here. Going to get flung over the back by Singe, but is she going to be able to turn it around and kill anyone? See Space going so low there. He's going to get away from her before he can kill her after the Zonias. Well, they do finish her off, and we've seen so many times in this game from both sides, people being caught out all over the place.
That was the 3rd time for Xpeke right there. And look at the death timer, 50 seconds. I mean, you can't really afford to lose. You can't really afford to die at this point in the game, but you can't also afford to lose this Baron. Son of the last standing member, Fnatic with it. And it's just, I really wish I could hear the teams right now, because I was curious why he keeps splitting off like that. He was trying to steal away the blue there, but Dragon is back up. CJ is going to be going for it. And at this point, I mean, 36 minutes in, Dragon really isn't going to give you too much. Most item builds are being finished off. We even have Zyra going for a Haunting Guise instead of a Zhonya. Still has those Sword Boots and the 3 GP10. And she's actually going to be very scary for the other team, not despite the ultimate, but the damage she can actually put out.
Zed, in the meantime, has pushed this top lane out once again. Insect, obviously, earlier on, did take this entire bottom lane out right up towards that inhibitor. He took the outer turret as well, I think, and has done a little bit of damage to this inner turret in the top lane as well. But still, this game hanging on a knife edge, and the longer we go, the longer these spawn times are getting. As you said, Diana's spawn time last time she died was 50 seconds. So it's really a case of, if you lose a fight right now, and you know, if number one, if you get ace, it's probably over. But if you do end up losing this fight, you have to pray that you don't lose too many men and you're able to hold on.
Yeah, very true. And not to mention, if you are going to lose maybe in the other enemy team's base just to prevent them from, you know, coming in, would be very useful. We do have the Trinity Force actually picked up for Soaz now. So, I mean, just across the board, all items almost done. There's just so much damage. It just comes down to synergy, comes down to how well these teams know each other personally and against the other team to capitalize on any mistakes here. And Joe, I mean, who's the key player right now for Fnatic? I mean, we do have Reckless very strong, but so is Xpeke. And so is Soaz, who's just been diving in the back line.
Yeah, I don't think you can really say one key player, maybe. I mean, they've got to work in unison here, and the same on the other side for CJ Entus. If one gets caught out, if one ulti is missed here and there, then it can really throw it off at this stage of the game. Looks like Reckless is going to be going up towards that Frozen Mallet again. Got the Giant's Belt already done in there.
Singe at the bot lane trying to push up, does have teleport. Soaz ulting in.
Here we go then, Soaz is going to dive in there. Insect taken down to half HP. Oh, flashes away there. The Zenith Blade would have hit him if he didn't flash out, but it looks like this is going to be the first inhibitor taken down for Fnatic. The top one obviously is open as well, and they can take that one if they, well, if they dare, I suppose is the right way to say it here, as we do see Shirelia's being popped. The ultimate out of Caitlyn blocked by Enrater, but it does a big amount of damage still. And now the teleport's coming down for Singe. Where is he going to go to? Where is Singe getting into this one? We are going to see the fight turn around. Ultimate coming down from Ezreal, and that will get him a kill on towards Zed. Space going quite low, and they are going to dive straight in on towards Xpeke here. He will pop his Zhonya's, and they are going to take him down, but Space pays the price. Here comes the Zenith Blade from Enrater. They're going to get the knock-up onto the last man here. It's all on Panda now. Can he finish off? Can he stay alive long enough for this one? He's trying to get out of there. We do see him go down eventually. That will be the ace. And look at those spawn timers. There's no way that Fnatic shouldn't be finished this one off right now. Soaz is tanky enough to be, or is he tanky enough to be doing these turrets?
Yeah, that the super minions finally
Doesn't
pushing
like
from
they
the
are
mid
going to
lane.
go for it. Yeah, they have to wait for these minions, but that will be then 20 seconds until Zed comes up. They do have Ezreal there, and they do have Rengar between them. They are going to absolutely hammer these Nexus turrets down. 15 seconds for Zed. He's not going to come back up in time. Nexus is going to go down, and fnatic going to win this best of 3, 2-1, and move through into the grand final of the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne. And there is not a smile there. You know why, Jason? Because they are so relieved.
Yeah, I have to agree there, as you do see.
There's the smiles, finally.
Finally get one in there. Oh, that's C2. But yeah, they have to be so happy after that. I mean, losing that first game is so devastating mentally. Coming back 2 in a row, Reckless doing a good job. 7-3-10. Not to mention Xpeke. He pretty much, if he didn't get all those kills he got early on, the game would have completely over because he just changed the pace of the game for them and kept them alive. But still, I mean, Zed 11-10. Not, I mean, ignore the kill or the deaths, but still, second time seeing Zed competitive play. Very impressed with him. And I hope to see a lot more people trying to go for that. As I'm just going to talk this game over and go over and shake the hands of CJ Entus.
Yeah, good sportsmanship, as per usual from these top teams. But fnatic are going to move in there. They're going to be playing the winner of SK Telecom and Meet Your Makers. That will be our second semi-final coming up here in a little while. Obviously, this best of 3, they were all into the 30 minutes, I think, the game. So quite a long, drawn-out process here. But fnatic going to have a break. Going to be able to watch that game between Meet Your Makers and SK Telecom, which, SK Telecom and Meet Your Makers have been able to do on this semi-final as well, so we'll see how much both teams take from that one. Either way, fnatic were pushed right down to the wire in this, in this best of 3 as a whole. This third and final game, absolutely brilliant one. It finished 28-27 in kills. In favor of CJ Entus, by the way, at the end. They actually had more kills coming through in this game. So really, CJ can be proud of what they've achieved at this event. Definitely had a great group stage. Push fnatic, who are definitely one of the best teams in the world right now, right down to the wire. But in the end, it's fnatic that go through to our grand final later on. We're going to throw it over to the expert desk. There's plenty to break down after that third game.
And Lee, I have a question for you, Lee. Who said?
Zed's dead, Zenon. Zed's dead.
They've been
practicing this for like...
No, we haven't.
No, we really haven't. We really haven't.
You like to think that. You're trying. God loves a tryer.
He didn't even get the reference. He's so young. He didn't even
understand Pulp Fiction. He doesn't even know what that is.
Young.
Later on, we're going to get a ball in his mouth. He'll understand.
Wow.
Wow, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Intel Extreme Masters here in Cologne, and fnatic have taken 2-1. After losing the first game, it was a tight match there, to be honest. We're going to get into the first replays, though. It's 11-10 when it first kicked off. And really, it was a case of Peke going a little bit deep, but working out.
Yep. He tried to kill Kha'Zix here, and it was... He ended up killing.
We should point out also down the bottom, this is where the big fight was going on down the bottom at the same time.
At bottom, it was baited, and Reddit got baited. But Peke came and get a triple kill, I think it was here. He got Syra. They got already set, and now he got Caitlyn. So they got 4 kills in around 1 minute, and only 1 kill for CG Entus. It was Leona. That was a point where you're really not at the best moment when you see Diana with 5-0-0. That's something you don't really want to see on a game. We were talking about Diana and Rengar on the same team. That's kind of strange,
a little
right?
Scary.
It's probably one of the 2.
I guess you could say the same with Kha'Zix and Zed on the same team. 2 diving assassins, but...
Yeah, but it's not the same OP.
So strong, yeah.
I mean, Rengar, Diana...
The fact that they allowed it through, yeah. I see what you're saying. 19 minutes is the next one. It's where Cyanide actually got caught out, but they turned it into their favor in the jungle.
Ah, yes.
He was completely mispositioned. And Zed... It was Zed and Sins or Zed and Kha'Zix? It was Zed and Kha'Zix trying to kill Cho'Gath. They almost killed Cho'Gath in 1 second, but instantly all the team came for Sins. They killed... No, they didn't kill Sins. They killed Zed now. They killed Zed with Diana Burst. It was really amazing. That Diana combo now, they also gonna kill Kha'Zix. That's 2-4-0 because they didn't kill Sanity at all. That was wonderful team play by Fnatic. They come back for trying to kill Cho'Gath, and they killed 2 of them. That was wonderful play by them.
And then we're going to move on to 21-30, and this is really a bad bit of play by Fnatic, I guess you could say. This is where they were pushing the top. So as Flash engages, meanwhile Zed is also taking the bottom turret. So you can see down the bottom of your screen, Zed is taking that. He actually takes the inner turret and the inhibitor turret while Fnatic are delaying on this top lane. And this is the Flash engage.
Soath tried to get Syria, but no one could follow up there, and he just get destroyed in 1 second. So it wasn't the best thing Fnatic could do. They should just to try to push that tower, but they tried to get deep, try to kill someone. It wasn't that good. And they got 1 kill for 0 for Fnatic and no inhibitor as well. And we see Zed is keep pushing bottom, and he get the tower, right?
He did get the tower. Rengar came back to defend it, but not quite in time. I think it was Rengar who's, just
so it was like 2 towers for CG Entus and a kill, and for Fnatic only 1 tower. Wasn't that good for Fnatic at that point.
And 26 minutes, we want to show the great dukes, I guess you could say. It was between Reckless and Insect. They were having a bit of a back and forth.
That was really beautiful.
Zed versus Ezreal. A lot of back and forth in the jungle.
26?
26.
Yes.
All right.
Great dukes.
Okay.
He's doing red buff. He's
just chilling on the red buff.
Okay, so now Ezreal got the red buff. He tried to jump away, and when Ezreal flashed, he flashed as well. It was really beautiful dukes, but Reckless tried to kill and get him with the ult. Really beautiful.
And then 27-40 is there was a big fight. It was a 4v5 though. It's when Peke was already down, I believe. So Peke's in the base. You can see it on the screen on the bottom there. Oh. Or not.
Now you can.
Now you can see it on the bottom of the screen. Daniel trying to troll me there. They're actually trying to force the fight, and Fnatic just trying to delay the fight. But actually, CG Entus is engaged and came out well.
And before we start this one, I just want to point out one thing. This is the point that we've been looking for. At this point, we have 3 evolutions on Kha'Zix. So we have active camouflage, we have wings, and we have the spike rack. So he did not evolve Taste Their Fear at this point quite yet. And this is the point where he gets his 4th evolution, of course.
He gets the kill on Rengar.
The hunting game ended up for Kha'Zix getting the 4th evolution. Was beautiful. We were watching for this and it was beautiful.
I mean, it was a 3-for-3, which is not a bad fight for Fnatic, because it was a 4v5. Because, I mean, you can still, Peke's desperately trying to get there. They actually started off well, but then you can see the damage coming back from CJ Entus. And Zed just destroying.
And this is the point where Soath is going to die by Caitlyn, but still, it's the 4th stack, the 4th evolution for Kha'Zix.
And it takes a while for him to actually evolve that, because I think he was rather confused at this point. It's like, he has the evolution up right now, and he's like, what is this? Why do I have another evolution? And
not right now.
Not yet. It's gonna take him a while to actually evolve it.
He's like confused by it all.
Yeah.
I guess wasn't expecting it, but
do we have another replay?
We do. We have 31-50. It's a big fight engage. It was a 3-for-3 Rengar versus got Kha'Zix, but didn't matter. He'd already lost the evolution, lost the fight, lost the hunt.
Yeah, we have to remember it's only one of them is going to win. You cannot get the full stacks on Rengar and the four balls on Kha'Zix. It's only one of them. So it was Insect trying to start a team fight, and then Sins get so deep on the team fight, get instantly destroyed by the full team. And now I think it was Enrated and Peke trying to go back. No, it was a kill for Date killing Cho'Gath, and now it came up with a 3-on-3, right?
Mm-hmm.
We ended a 3-on-3.
Yeah, Rengar. Look at Rengar now. Oh, if you can, if I'm not doing this.
If Zenon is not moving everything, we will see it.
There we go.
And Rengar get the double kill. It was really beautiful play by Soa. We have to tell that Rengar is really strong champion, and he did perfectly with that ultimate at the end of the team fight.
And there's another replay. It's a bad fight for Fnatic release. After the Baron, they just got so aggressive and just went diving straight in.
Yeah, what time?
34 minutes. 34.
34 minutes. All right, that's almost where we are right now.
Wow.
See, 34 minutes right here.
Yep. They were doing Baron. It was perfect for Soa. They were sounding the full team, but now he went too deep. We don't know exactly why. And he get destroyed. While Sins, he was really tanky, Sins. You can see Sins just running away. But still, Zed got Ezreal was perfectly again played by Insect. And they got 3 guys, only Insect from CG Entus. And we have to remind that they had the Baron. So it was perfect for CG Entus. It was probably a try to come back, still was 6k behind. So, but it was really nice play by CG Entus, especially by Insect, who killed 2 of them instantly. It was Ezreal got down in one combo. It was really amazing.
And I believe we have an interview.
Well, yeah, I mean, of course, the last one was 38 minutes, but they just simply got caught. The ace came out, and that was GG for fnatic. So we do have an interview. So he is with fnatic. Let's see who it is.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm now having Cyanide with me, and of course, once more, Jason. But, I love you. It always makes you smile, so I have to continue doing that. So, yeah, that was freaking intense, to say the least. Those games were really, really back and forth, like at the many points of time. Let's talk a bit about each one of them very quickly. The first one, there has been really good moments for you guys. I mean, mostly like those 2 fights you took at the Baron. It really looked like it's going to be in your favor, but then for some reason they took Baron and then completely took you out with an ace. Was that the point of time where you guys thought like you probably have lost that, or did you still feel like you could come back from that?
Well, of course at that point it was lost, and I think we played overall pretty bad that game and they played really good. So I didn't actually feel like we were winning at all that game. Like I'm not sure how the gold was, but they were outplaying us, I think.
I remember after game 1, you guys had a group huddle. You guys started talking about what went wrong, what went right. You even mentioned, the 5-minute standoff at mid that happened. After losing the first game in a best-of-3, how did you guys kind of compose yourself for the game number 2?
Well, of course, we were still confident to take it home, but I think mostly our problem was our setup. Like, we had nothing to engage on them, and they just kept poking us, and there was really nothing we could do. And then we just, in mid, I think we had a horrible engage. Like, I went in with like 100 HP or something when I was totally poked down already, and it was just really horrible. And it was kind of like mind-wrecking, actually, the game.
Not to mention game 2 was just basically N-rated on his Blitzcrank. Pretty much opened up all those kills.
Well, yeah, the Blitzcrank in the second game was pretty darn amazing, but also Kazanix, which was on your team, and also, of course, Zyra. That really looked like the synergy between those 3 was like working out so well. You guys didn't ban Lee Sin in that game, so I assume that you guys figured that Vayne and Lee Sin is probably going to be a little bit of a problem. Hence, you shut them down like really early on and went for very aggressive pushes in actually all 3 games right at the beginning to get that first blood. Was that planned to do so? That you just thought like you're trying to get that aggression on as early as possible to shut them down, to not even give them a chance?
Well, they had like really a lot of squishy heroes, and we had Blitzcrank, so we try to abuse it because we know that every time we grab someone, it's going to be a choke at silence, and Kha'Zix's going to get a kill and can just jump more. So yeah, we knew that if we grab someone, we were going to get a kill, so we just group early.
In game number 3, Joe and I were mentioning during the pauses, we kept seeing you guys were talking a lot. What was going through your guys' head, and how do you stay composed in a pause like that? Because in the beginning, in the first pause, you were down 4-1. Then when the second pause came, you guys were up because you had Xpec in the mid lane. I think it was like 6-0 at that point. What was going through your guys' mind? What were you guys talking about?
Well, we were just like trying to keep focused because it's really hard. When the game is paused, you just fall asleep if you don't do anything. So we were just talking about stuff that we should do now to come back in the game and stuff like that.
Well, and you guys did come back and actually made it to the finals. So now we have Meet Your Makers or SK Telecom T1, which would be probably your opponents. Which one would you rather face off against?
I don't care. I can't say anything to that because I don't really know either of the teams at the moment. So we'll just go against a stronger team. Of course, I'd prefer to face the weaker one, but I don't think that's going to happen. So,
well, we will see who is going to face up against you guys because the second game is going up in just a bit. So thanks a lot for joining me for the interview, and of course, good luck to you and your team. Once more, big round of applause for fnatic. They made it into the finals. When I say big round of applause, I actually mean you guys getting involved, like clapping the hands and stuff. Should we try that again? Big round of applause for fnatic. There we go. I'm also going to offer some audience courses at some point of time where you guys actually learn how to get involved in the whole thing. It's going to be great. And for now, we're going to throw it over to some commercial breaks, and then we're going to be right back with the community.